this is not the Knicks year. I don't think the Knicks can win this year. And it's funny enough because in the beginning, the East looked like it was wide open because you had the Tatum injury, you had Indiana Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton out for the whole year, the Achilles, and obviously Dame got traded, so the Bucks were going to be kind of non-existent. So it looked like the East is going to be wide open. And that's why it was always the West is better, the West is better. But now, if you really think about it and really dig deep and look into it, East might be better. Like maybe the top tier of the West is better, but overall, the top 8, top 10 of the East as a collective might be better. And it's pretty surprising if you really think about it because now you have the Pistons. Yes, you have Cade being out, and hopefully he gets back soon. I think he'll be back for the playoffs, but you have Boston. You have Tatum coming out of nowhere. And Boston looks really good. And even without Tatum before, they were a really like, top 3 seed, Jaylen Brown MVP candidate. And you have the Cleveland Cavaliers adding in James Harden, which is huge, huge, huge. Because one thing about Harden is he plays and he can make the team better. And he'll make the bigs more effective as well, right? So you still have that. They're X factor. I really think that they're really, really, really good. And a lot of people have them being in the Eastern Conference Finals too, right? And you have the Raptors. I don't really think Raptors are going to make much noise. I think there'll be a first round exit for sure, but it won't be an easy one. But it'll be a first round exit. And then you have Miami, who's always in the hunt for some reason. You have Powell, Bam, Hero, Larson. You have good players on the Miami Heat. Kevin Ware is pretty decent too. But the surprise for me is the Charlotte Hornets. Hornets came out of nowhere, and I would not want to verse them in the first round. So the Hornets are a team that I could offensively line up with any of them, right? So I think the Hornets are really, really prominent, and I think the Hornets can actually make some noise. And then you have the 76ers, who I made a video about them last week, but I think it was more of a intrusive thoughts, free will type of video, because if you really think about it, man, they're not going to do much because Embiid's still not playing, Maxi's out, Paul George, I think he'll be back before the playoffs, but if they even make the playoffs, right? And yeah, Magic too. You have Franz Wagner, and without him, like that Lakers loss last game was disgusting, gross. What a gross way to lose a game. And coming back to the Knicks, you should be the best team in the league, and you're not. You should be the best team in the East, but you're not. And I think that's the issue. Because they have an identity crisis. Because in the beginning it was going good, and then you had Cat just out of nowhere, just not knowing his role. And now Cat's kind of built it up, but I just don't think it's enough. It's just not enough. Jalen Brunson's a great player. I just don't think he could be a number 1 option. If Jalen Brunson's your number 2 option, you're terrific. I would want, funny enough, Cat to be the number 1 option, but Cat has what it takes, but I just don't know mentally or if he really can hold that load. And you have the inconsistency of Mikal Bridges. Like, why is Mikal Bridges giving you 9 points? He should be giving you 15 points every game, no matter what. OG's good. You have decent players. Jose Alvarado was a pretty good pickup, but I just think identity-wise, I don't really see it this year. And it'd be disappointing as hell because they should be in the finals this year. They should be. They haven't made the finals since 99. Never won since God knows when. 70s? So let's see what happens, but I don't think this year they're going to make much noise. I think they're going to be, if they verse the Cavs, I think they're third right now. If they verse the Cavs in a 4-5, I'm taking the Cavs. That's where I'm at with the Knicks, honestly.